Welcome back, everybody. This is Glockman4519. I am back with another ROM overview. This one here is the N preview. Uh, this one was done especially to run with Multirom. And I will go to the XDA's website, or their forum, and I will show you guys the thread and the developer as soon as it loads here. Okay. And it is by ratchetpanda. It's a stock mod. I'm just going to go to the OP, let you guys take a quick look at that. As you guys can see, this does include flashable radios, the flashable bootloader. It is multi-ROM compatible. It has the zip mod, the Cataclysm style, if you choose to use that. And then you have your, the Viper for Atmos. That's in there. It's got a lot of features. Now, when I first flashed this when it first came out, and I tried it, and I couldn't get root on it. Although I was flashing it to my secondary, and if you guys do flash to your secondary, just remember right here it says secondary ROM. Make sure Multirom is installed and it works. Download flash. Note: installing anything over the secondary causes it not to boot. What the developer recommends is that you flash it to your primary. Just run it there. It is much more stable on your primary than running it on a secondary. Now, will it run on secondary? Absolutely. I've been running it on secondary. But I'm just going to recommend you guys run it on the primary. That's where I have it at right now. I did move it back to the primary just for this for this video. And I think I'm just going to leave it here. It does run much more smooth. And you can flash all the mods to it. If you're going to run it on your secondary and you want root, you still have to flash it to your primary because of the flashing another zip, causes it not to boot. So you flash it to your primary, flash your zip, flash your mods, boot it up, set it up, make sure it's working good, then boot back into recovery mode. Go to your multi-ROM and hit the switch ROM feature or move ROM or swap ROM features, and then you can swap it with a secondary. That's if you guys want to do it. I don't recommend it because it just doesn't seem to run as fluidly on the secondary as it does on the primary. At least for me. And you guys have to remember, all phones are different. All devices are different. Just because you have the exact same device as me does not mean that a ROM that I am showing you is going to run just like it runs on my phone, on your phone. It's just a known fact. That's the way it is. Alright, about phone, as you guys can see, this is for the Nexus 6, and it is Android version N. This is the preview. So expect bugs, although I can tell you so far I'm not seeing any. The kernel I'm running is Elemental X, built specifically for the N preview. The ROM that comes with it, that is supplied, does work with multi-ROM, does not force encryption. So I don't even recommend you guys flashing a separate kernel. The only reason I flashed a different kernel is because I need that quick charge feature. I'm on my phone constantly, and I need to be able to charge my battery up as quick as possible. That's the only reason why I'm running Elemental X on this. Otherwise, the supplied kernel works great. Alright, here are your system settings. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the developer options. I'm going to let you guys see what that looks like. Excuse me. You do have your OEM unlock, enable multi-process web view. I know some of you guys use that feature. That is a feature I don't use, but it's there. Then you have your debugging. You want to make sure you have that ticked on, just in case you guys hit a wall. You'll be able to pull logs through ADB. ADB is a lifesaver, guys. Learn how to use it. It does work. Then you have your bug shortcuts, or your bug report shortcuts. All that is there. Then you're going to get into your networking. You have all of your settings for that. Input, your drawing settings, your animation controls. It's pretty much all there, guys. Not seeing anything out of the ordinary here. All right. One thing I do want to bring up about settings. If you notice, settings look different, first off. And the very first setting they give you is your suggestions. And what's happening is the system is looking at the way my phone is set up, and it is saying, we highly suggest you protect your phone and put some kind of screen lock on it. Because I don't run with a screen lock. I have mine set to swipe. So if you tick on that, it's going to pull up the options for you to change, uh, you know, for you to change your phone to where they think that you should be running it. Although you guys know, run your phone the way you want. But what I really wanted to point out was on each one of the settings or selections in settings, you don't even have to open it to know where you're at. If you look at my Wi-Fi, before I even open it, I already know I'm connected to CIA monitor. And it tells you that Bluetooth is disabled right now. Data usage, there it is. Um, all right, we're going to go ahead and go under display. Let you guys see what that looks like. You do have adaptive brightness if you want to use it. This is where you're going to set up your wallpapers. I will show you the wallpapers that come with this, and that would be here. These are the wallpapers that come with it. Of course, this one here is the standard wallpaper that comes with it. That's what will be flashed. But you do have these, which are kind of your basic looking. I did kind of like the last three on here that they had. It's a little different than what I'm used to seeing. Although that one you do see pop its head up in marshmallow, and that one too. But anyways, those are your options. You can definitely go that route. Although I use Zedge, just gives me a little more flexibility in the customization. Then you have your press power button twice for camera, and of course you have your sleep mode above that. Clock settings, ambient display, if you guys want to use that, it's there. Actually, I will turn that on. One thing I did not do, and I should do right now, is go ahead and go into sound. I do want to turn, guys, hold your ears. I'm going to turn down my notifications. So we're going to turn that down. Okay, good. Um, Again, settings are pretty basic for this. You just go in here, pick what you want for your settings, throw something in it. There are not a lot of features to choose from here. So it is what it is for now. If you know how to use a route explorer, you can change that. I just did not get in there and set it up like I normally do on a ROM. And this one you will physically have to move some things around. And of course, this is your advanced or other sounds. You guys can change that up however you like. Let's see. Notifications. This is going to be where you can set up your app notifications. What is allowed, what isn't allowed, all that. Then of course you have your apps and storage. This is where you're going to go in to look at your storage, do whatever you want with it. Here's the settings. Well, I guess not much settings to that. There's your battery, and again, as you can see, it's showing everything right now. Before I even open it, it's saying 50% is where I'm at right now. I have approximately 18 hours left. Memory used, average of 1.1 gigabyte of 3. So it's pretty cool. I like that. Location, security. These are your security settings. Right now I have mine set on swipe, and it's saying you probably should have that set up a little bit stronger than that. But you guys can encrypt your phone if you want. And of course you have your device administrators. Um, I do not have any of them set up. I don't like that. Then you have your unknown sources, which I highly recommend you tick that on first and foremost, especially if you are going to sideload any apps from your internal storage or from wherever. You want to have that turned on. Then, of course, you have your credential storage underneath that. Advanced options would be for that. And all the way at the bottom, as usual, is going to be your screen pinning if you guys use that. That is where that feature is at. One thing I don't like about this is when you click the back button, it takes you all the way to the top at the beginning again. That is one thing I don't like. Maybe that'll get fixed later on. We'll see. That may just be the way N is going to go. Let's see. Then you have your language and input. I'll go through this. I know, guys, this is pretty boring to most of you, but I know a lot of you guys are going to want to see this, and this is what it is. And it's a little different to get around than what you're used to. If you want to do your settings on your keyboard, you want to actually hit physical keyboard. This is going to show you. Oh, not physical. You want your virtual keyboard. This is going to show you the keyboards that you have loaded on your system, and then you're going to have your keyboard settings right off to the side there. And that's it for the language. See, I got to go all the way back down again. Date and time. I think it comes with 12-hour. Yeah, I'm almost positive. It's set up at 12-hour. It's not set up with the 24-hour format. And I think that's about it, guys. Here are your accessibility options if you guys want to see that. I do like that feature. So if you want your power ends button call, it is under there. Now I did flash the mod pack, and I'm not seeing any extra settings. That could just be me. I'm looking for status bar. Okay, well I'm not seeing that. But that's it, guys. Anyways, this is the Android N preview ROM. And I'll tell you what, the mod pack, I'm probably going to have to wipe cache, Delvic. I may even redo this whole thing and reflash that because me flashing the mod pack was kind of an afterthought. I didn't want to flash anything other than the ROM itself to let you guys see what N looked like in its raw form. And this is it. Now, obviously, I am running Nova Launcher. I will go back to the standard launcher to let you see what that looks like. If it does. Oh, and I don't think this has home on it. Anyways, so quickly go to the Nova Launcher, type in home switcher. There's one I like to use quite a bit, and it is this one here. Actually, no. Let's go with that one there real quick. Install. Okay, guys, I didn't want to bore you with me downloading that, but I'm going to go to my home switch manager. And what I'm going to do is go with, let's see. I guess we're going to go with Google Now Launcher. And this is what it's set up with. Now, I haven't set up the Google Now Launcher yet, and in order for it to work, you actually have to go in and set it up. So to show you guys, for you to get familiar with this, you're not going to get that swipe to the left or swipe to the left Google Now page unless you set it up first. Okay, so but once you say accept and set it up, everything should be good to go. So now if I swipe to the left, you're going to have your Google Now Launcher, or your Google tabs and cards. And if I swipe back to the right, it's going to give me back my home screen. And of course, here is your app drawer. I am not a big fan of the Google Now Launcher because you can use that with Nova Launcher too. So we're going to go back in to my home switcher. And I'm going to go back with Nova Launcher again. Always. Always. And there we go. All right, well, guys, that's it. That's Android N preview. Um, I would like to take the time and thank Ratchet Panda for coming up with this. Until he did this, pretty much we didn't have the N preview for Multirom users. He was the first to come out with this, as far as I know, anyways. And he did a damn good job at it. It is working very, very fluidly. To me, it's a daily driver ROM. It's working that good. So if you guys are into a stock ROM, and you like to be running the latest and greatest, uh, you can't go wrong by flashing this. Make sure you head over to the thread, the XDA thread. Give Ratchet Panda a thanks. Maybe even donate. The ROM is definitely worthy of donation. Again, this is Glockman4519. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, and for you watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.